First off, I'm going to say hello. And where are you from, Miss?
I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indianapolis. What brought you out here to DFW?
Um, Moved out here with a partner, didn't work out. Now I'm on my own.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry to hear that, but it's life. It
it's
happens.
life.
Um, what was your first impression of Texas?
It's hot. Our governor is an idiot, but the weather's lush here.
Okay. What was it about your partner that made you move all the way out here for him or her or him? I don't know.
It's a meal.
Okay.
And we got here for better opportunities to look into investments. So there was that, and also possibly start a family, but just kind of like the building blocks by moving here.
Okay. Okay. What positives that at least through the relationship that you would hope to bring into your next relationship? Let's say you,
Yeah.
even there's some positives about it.
Learning how to communicate with conflict, understanding what compromise is and how that influences the direction of a relationship, understanding the values, the lifestyle that each person has matters. We can change, and that just because you love someone does not mean you own them. You're supposed to grow with them, and if you can't, that's when you guys need to make a decision to evaluate whether or not you both do to benefit each other. So there's a lot of positives in my last relationship.
Okay, okay. Is there anything that he did particularly well that you hope? Not saying replay the next guy, but you're like, okay, he made me happy this way. I hope this next guy does at least something close to that. At least,
Oh yeah, no, he did a lot of great things. Gave me kind of faith back into humanity that there are good men out there that will that is slow to anger, if not really have anger. Be able to communicate and have be emotionally mature and regulate, and know go to therapy. And yeah, I mean I can go on. I mean, who's a great
okay. So a little bit more about you.
guy?
What line of work are you in?
I work for a company called Custom Ink, and that is for the apparel and all these different things. Getting your shirts, whatever, basically like branding that you can get on different clothes and clothing items and stuff like that. I work closely with customers to get their project or just envision come to life, and I train on the side. I weight lift, so I kind of do that on the side as well. And yeah, also I travel. So.
Okay, okay. I guess it's some of your hobbies. You just named your hobbies.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I love to do. So it's just embedded into my life.
What is your fitness goal right now?
Just to be able to live sustainably, and be able to do this up until the day I die. I want to be able to move without injury. I want to be able to keep up with my future kids. I want to prevent illness, and ultimately just continue to live and thrive without being in my own way.
Okay. What would you say? What gets you up early in the morning? What gets you up?
What gets me up? I love living life and bringing happiness to others. I believe that life is worth exploring and meeting new people and having connections and experiences. And I want to leave people better than when I left them.
Okay, okay. Now, if in your opinion, what would be the first step into making the world a better place?
Starting with your thoughts. Our mind is a powerful thing to start with. If we can start controlling that, we can control everything else and get out of excuse my language, the fucking matrix, and be able to live fully. And if we're happy with ourselves, that can become a candle and burn for others. So the only way we can bring happiness to others is if our cup is full.
Now, I'm gonna assume that you aren't doing what you thought you'd be doing as a child. What was your childhood dream?
I wanted to be a teacher, but they don't pay well. And I realized when I became a therapist for a little bit, it's really exhausting. And my cup, or I guess I don't really know so much my cup, but I get very burnt out quickly when I'm around kids a lot. So maybe that's not the career path I want to go. But no, it just be any type of way. I'm kind of like a people pleaser, so I always thought in some way, shape, or form I would be trying to enrich other people's lives.
Okay, if you can learn, let's say, what's one skill that you would like to learn if you can learn it instantly?
I would like to be an electrician or some sort of HVAC, like just be handy because I think a dream goal would be able to have like an RV and travel the world, but I would need to how to repair my own car. So if I could learn that, that'd be awesome.
Okay. What has been, either you've seen it on TV or somebody told you, what has been the greatest piece of advice that you can recall somebody's ever given to
How do I think about that? Honestly, I've already kind of said it. Is no matter the type of people we run across or who we meet, no matter where they're at in life, everyone kind of has a story. So regardless of how you feel about them, I will always try to leave someone better when I met them because I believe my love is meant to be shared and to help others. So I always go back to that quote.
you? Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself still traveling. I'll be 35, so I hope to be in Paris or Egypt. Still working what I do and possibly having 2 to 3 Airbnb rentals, investing, having financial freedom and multiple streams of income.
Okay. You said you want future kids. Is that part of the plan in there eventually?
Maybe. It's kind of up in the air. I don't believe in the whole you'll never really be ready because you definitely have that choice. And the way the world is going, I want to have complete autonomy. So I would love to have that as an option, but if not, it's not the end of the world. I'm happy with who I am. And I don't need to leave a legacy for me to be fulfilled, but it's an option.
Now, what is your, besides looks, what are the 3 qualities you want your potential partner to have next, or if he has it right now, or whatever?
Has to have their physical and mental health and emotional health in check. Financially literate, and the ability to physical fitness, financially literate, good in bed.
Okay, hey, that's fine. Hey, that's what you want in a guy. That's your,
We love that for us.
yeah. Okay, now I do have 3 questions about that.
Okay.
Okay,
Bring
this
it
is
on
one
the
I
bridge.
number. Okay, now let's say your last guy.
Okay.
When in the relationship, when did sex happen?
About 3 to 4 months.
3 4 months. Okay. It doesn't have to be this guy, but in your life, where has been the most random place you've ever had sex at? There has been a random place.
On the 50-yard line at IU Bloomington.
Okay. You said, what is that?
So Indiana University is my college, and in the middle of the football field.
You said Indiana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, last one about this. It's actually 2. Okay. Where is the furthest that you've ever driven to have sex with a guy? Like, I mean, you're going to go on a date with him or whatever, but you're like, oh, I think he's hot, or I'm going to go over there to meet him, or maybe if you don't have one, because I've heard some girls like, oh, I've never driven to see a guy. He always came to me. Where do you think the furthest a guy's driven to come see you?
An hour. He's driven to see me.
An hour? Have you ever driven? No?
Nope.
Never driven. Okay, got it. Like, that's cool. And then, last question about that. What would you do if you were trapped in a room with every guy you've ever had sex with?
Okay. Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
I said, what would you do
Oh, if I was?
if you were trapped in a room with every guy you've ever had sex with?
Let's play a card game or something. Twister. Or we could all sit down and talk about why they fucked up and how they can learn to be better for other women.
Okay. All right. Now, would you rather live one life that is 1,000 years long, or would you rather live 10 lives that are all 100 years apiece?
Probably do 10 lives. The first one sounds like a vampire. Yeah, I'd rather do 10 lives for 100 years.
Okay. Now, let's say if you had the option to choose, let's say your age, let's say you get to pick an age that you get to stay at for the rest of your life. You just age internally. What age would you want that to be?
30.
30? So where you are right now,
Right,
okay,
right now.
boom, keep me here. Okay. So what is your favorite? What would you, if there's one food meal you can eat for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Tacos.
Tacos. Okay. Now, what advice would you give to anybody going into fitness?
Be patient. Don't do shortcuts. Fuck waist trainers. Do the basics. Do them repeatedly. Do it again. Don't quit. Drink water. Stop wearing waist trainers. I can say that 3 times.
Okay.
Just
Okay. Now, what would you, in terms of what you've been seeing from dating, what do you wish men would do more of, and then what do you think women need to do more of to balance out dating or make it?
I think men need to stop listening to like those alpha podcasts and actually start listening to women. Because the rise in the single lonely men, it's because they're stuck in their traditional ways. And I believe women need to work on, just in general, learning how to trust men, because it's just a cycle. Women don't trust men have these ideologies about women, it just goes on and on. But we all need to kind of get back to being friends, because that's my main thing about getting into a relationship is if we can't have a friendship, if there's no respect, there's always going to be some sort of underlying resentment and expectation. And fuck gender roles, find what works for you, and just, find what it compromises and just try to make it work. And I always go back to this. Just because you love someone does not mean you own them and you expect them to stay the same. Allow people to grow. Love is meant to be free and not being put in a cage.
Okay. Just 2 more questions. Do you believe that cheating is an automatic deal breaker?
I would say it is after the second time.
Okay. Well, then that's the first. The last question.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking forward to next here in the next few months? What is next for you?
I want to get my own place, and I want to continue to get on airplanes, go get really good food. I really just want to meet new people and make a good connection and just be happy, eat good, run.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta ask. Thank you very much
You're
for
welcome.
sharing. We're almost here. Thank you very much.